It's- All right, so let's move over. The Suns and Sixers. We don't know for sure, but allegedly they have extended an offer to Nick Nurse. Now, the idea is that Nick Nurse is now taking time to decide between whether or not he would like to join the Suns or the Sixers. He's considering his options. I personally say I would rather see Nick Nurse coach the Kevin Durant and Devin Booker than Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. Who would you want Nick Nurse to go to? But supposedly he's very much enticed by the connection with Daryl Morey, as Daryl Morey and him worked together when he won a championship with Houston. I mean, the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. So this is
I can't take that seriously with the Rio Grande Valley. Feel it,
yes.
baby.
Exactly. So who do you guys think Nick Nurse should go? I personally think it should be Phoenix. The chance to coach Kevin Durant and Devin Booker is way more enticing than I think Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. At least KD has a ring.
Yeah, go coach KD and Devin Booker. It's like the no-brainer answer. Like that should be the answer. Reason he's mulling it, playing this jersey has connect like from a connection standpoint. Like that. Nick Nurse as a Sixers coach makes too much sense in my brain.
He doesn't seem like a Western coach
No.
type of guy. I think he's going to Philly. I don't. He just doesn't seem like the head coach of the Phoenix Suns. I don't. He just doesn't scream Phoenix to me. He's an East Coast basketball coach. Go to
There's
Philly.
no way. There's no way. Like, because who would choose, like, in any hypothetical, Devin Booker, KD, or Joel Embiid and James Harden? Like, I guess, I don't know. But I'd rather coach KD. As a playoff experience. He's won a championship. He's, you could say, probably the most talented player in the league, or one of the most talented.
Yeah, they're just better than Philly.
Yeah.
They just are. Their roster's better.
Yeah.
Nurse has experience with no depth, so
Yeah, Harden. Yeah, and Harden can go right back to Houston. So, like,
No, I agree that I think there's a lot less uncertainty with the Suns. At least you're walking to the Suns and you know what your roster is going to look like. You're like, okay, I got myself KD and Devin Booker, and if I want to keep Chris Paul, I have him, and I have DeAndre Ayton if I want to keep him. At least I have 4 good players that I like that on there. You're walking into Philadelphia and you're like, so I have Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris. Maybe James Harden.
my
Maybe
highest
Joel.
paid player is Tobias Harris. Like,
I think Joel overtakes him finally next year. I think Joel
Right.
finally overtakes him.
Yeah,
But-
he's not a Phoenix guy.
yeah, you could see him in the blue. You could see him in the Sixers blue right there. Come on, sign him already.
Yeah, he looked
Sign
good
him.
in the Sixer blue, like a
Sixer
jumpsuit.
Jumpsuit, Nick Nurse in the jumpsuit. No, let's be honest. It seems like Matt Ishbia has a deep pocket. You think Nick Nurse, Daryl Morey goes, hey, here's 5 years, $20 million or $30 million. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm totally for it. And then Matt just calls him. He's like, by the way, I know we don't have a relationship. I know we don't really know each other. But here's 5 years, $50 million.
Oh my!
He just fired Monty Williams with 3 years, 20 left. Do you think Matt gives a fuck about the cost?
No, this dude comes in and like 2 weeks into the job, trades for Kevin Bleep and Durant.
Also, the other thing
He's on a
is,
mission.
also Matt also just said, hey, by the way, we're getting sued right now because all the our former broadcasting partners are pissed off that I'm willing to take like a yearly $10 million loss or some shit like that and just offer everyone in the Arizona area free Sun games. Because he's like, I just want as many eyes on Suns games. That's the type of fuck he is. I love it. I'm saying this in like a good way. Like, he's just fucking like big ball in the money around, just like, and there's no salary cap for coaches.
It's a rich misfit.
We'll see how much. I was gonna say we'll see how much Nurse values the money versus like the connections. getting fired from Toronto. Man, wants to be somewhere.
I have a perfect leeway into Adrian Griffin.
What's up?
Well, it seems almost like no Raptor player cares about Nick Nurse. No Raptor players talking about Nick Nurse.
Well,
I haven't
first,
seen anything.
I think personally, the Raptors as an organization don't talk much. Like, you never hear anything. The Raptors are a very tight-lipped franchise. That's like their motto.
I know, but I'm talking their players. Like Freddie Double V, the first thing he did when Adrian got hired was congratulated Adrian. I didn't see anything about Nick Nurse when he got fired. It's just interesting because I saw wasn't it a recent report that Nick Nurse, or might have been a former player on a pod, saying like Nick Nurse isn't the friendliest, or he might not come off as the friendliest guy.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I'm a huge Nick Nurse guy, but I bet
you don't need your coach to be Mr. Nice Guy. That's what it was. I can't remember what player it was. I think it was on a pod
I wouldn't be surprised, but like, no, I bet you. I mean, no, that's probably something maybe he learns from. But this is a guy who's coached all over the world: Australia, England, Europe. You know, he's been a guy. Probably that's just something he's learned, that like he doesn't foster relationships with his players on like a super personal level, because he's always been on the move, and but like at the same time, like that could be completely wrong, and we could be misreading into it. But let's talk about what did you say, Nick?
Maybe he'll congratulate him when he gets the 6.
100%.
Yeah.
100.
Maybe.
I mean,
I don't think so.
this is.
I don't think they're